Hello and welcome to another edition of Rake Reflects. This time we're going to go ahead and play Fallen Angel. So first rule of Fallen Angel is you have to turn on the hero power ASAP. So take an evil unit, roll, and okay, there's a good unit here. We're going to have to take a neutral unit too, but it's kind of on the house because we get to take the forbidden fruit. Square deal. Looks good to me. And go ahead and tie in the first fight. And we do exactly as we expected. So going forward, we finally get an interesting shop here where there's a bunch of good units. We can grab one of those, two of those, and turn on half our hero power. There's also a Cinderella, which I'm in love with Cinderella, and I would flip the Lonely Prince. So I actually decide here, I was going to turn on the hero power first and then lock the shop. I decide to actually buy Cindy and sell here. This is probably should be a strong enough shop or strong enough board for 2.2. It just gives us, basically what we want going forward and nothing we don't really want. And this is not the shop we were looking for. There's no threes. We do get to roll the dice and hit the one good unit that we were looking for. So that's not bad. Then we get to here, and here I am worried about this upcoming fight. So I decided to go ahead and sell the happy little tree and get a donkey, which could really push the fight in our favor. Could have also chosen, we're going to lock the shop because there's two ranged evil units. So we're going to definitely lock that shop, and the health potion is worth consideration too with our Cinderella. Yeah, I think it might have been better to go ahead and grab the grab the blind mouse and then lock. It would have made us a little bit weaker for that fight, but a little bit more flexible going forward. Like, because this turn is awkward because we really want to cast that the health spell, but we just can't do it. And I thought about locking because we can turn on Cinderella pretty easily next turn if we lock, but eventually decide against it. So let's pop into the fight, and not too bad. Apoc's not doing too much. They got a full board going, but not doing a whole lot back there. So pretty easy win for us. And here, okay. Well, it's hard to say no to a level 3 treasure. The unit itself doesn't do that much for us. So I decided to take the power orb, and then I'm just going to lock this True Love's Kiss in the shop. It's a little awkward. It's just that we have an upgraded level 3 unit that, an 8-11 range is solid for now, but it isn't going to do too much going forward. So I decided to, try and roll into, a tree support or any of the other good supports. There's a lot more level 4 units that would have been a big thing for us that we didn't hit it into. So we roll, we find, we got the old Juliet, no Romeo, so sad. And here we need to get another evil unit to keep our hero power going. So we go ahead and pop that in, and eventually decide to run a ranged unit in slot 1 so we can keep this donkey in the back. And yeah, I don't turn down level 3 treasures. This is just who I am. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And this fight goes all right. We denied them a slay, so they're feeling the sad times of Brave Princess. If you want her at her best, you got to deal with her at her worst. That's just how it goes. Crystal Ball. Yeah, okay, we can work with this. It's interesting. And then here I'm thinking about casting the spell, and yeah, it's a reasonable combat spell, but these treasures are not too enticing for us, so we're just going to skip that. And we do need to find another evil unit to put on board. I want to do a little bit better than that Minotaur. And okay, I like the spell book, but we'd have to play down a unit this round. Well, I guess we can be down 1 unit. Didn't position correctly in the nick of time. Should have had all my ranged in the back. Oh well. And this fight goes pretty well for us. And here we're kind of like we're still looking for like a true direction to send us down. Looking to be a little bit magey. Don't have a great look at another level 3 treasure. But we got a couple of crystal ball. Sorry, we got a crystal ball, and we got a couple spell books here because we are going to sell out and get that. And finally fix our positioning. And so that's starting to give us a little something to build towards. It's not guaranteed, but if we can get half ball rolling, anything, we can definitely make some hay. And Donkey was kind enough to summon a unit for us off of Falling Stars, which is getting close to be the only way Donkey's going to summon anything. Just because it doesn't have that much health back there. And here we'll go ahead and we'll take the Shoulder Fairies. It's a pretty beefy unit here. And then we'll take the Lancelot to go with the Shoulder Fairies. So in theory, if we can get the Lancelot to start slaying, it'll scale along with the our upgraded Spellweaver, and those will in turn both feed into the Shoulder Fairies and get some numbers rolling. But Lance, Lance wants to attack the 1 unit he can't slay. Yeah, well, our opponent is going to go ahead and have their opportunity at a Holy Grail turn after this. So that's fine. We'll just go ahead and knock them down to 11. And here, because we have the Crystal Ball, it's pretty easy. Plus 10 attack here. Okay, so that gets Lance in easy range. Just need like 1 more pump spell to its attack, and we'll get that going. And the second Shoulder Fairies looks pretty good here. And, oh, there's another pump spell. Okay, good, perfect. And let's cast a random spell. Okay, For Glory sounds reasonable enough. And then we have the debate here about whether to play the Donkey or the second Shoulder Fairies. The Donkey turns on our hero power, so that's where the awkwardness goes into. Eventually decided just to take another like sizable unit and kind of downgrade the rest of our units, but it's a close one there. And our they're going off here with a couple of Arthurs, good Royals set up. Fortunately, we take the L there. Not too big of a deal, and we can go ahead and get this Hand of Midas going. We're, Fallen Angel, like you kind of don't end up having that much direction a lot of times. Just keep the hero power. You're not like going all evil, all good, but And here there's a chance, because I'm upgrading a level 5 character, I should have gone ahead and purchased the Robin Wood beforehand. Before this, because I kind of want to take the Hand of Midas, but upgrading to level 5 units a little bit of a waste. It's not too bad. It's not the end of the world. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we will go ahead and buy this. Thought about maybe buying the Lady of the Lake, getting extra health on our good unit to pump up the Shoulder Fairies, blah blah blah. Didn't get to this position right perfectly, but so it goes. And this fight does not go well. They attack directly into our good ranged unit in slot 5. And also I didn't put the ranged unit in slot 6, but so it goes. And here, now that we're going to go ahead and try and find our end game hero. And Big Bad Wolf, that'll do. Instead of having to fiddle around to get our to get +2/+2 on all our units. Now we just have +5/+5 on all our units straight up. So that's good. And then here debating buying this dragon. Looks like our opponent like could be quite vulnerable to this. We haven't seen them in a while. They had some like pretty good ranged units last time we saw them, a couple spell weavers. So we're going to go ahead and grab that, and could have locked for this this potion, but decided not to. We're still looking for like figuring out what our end unit end composition is going to be. So here, that Doom Breath was actually pretty good when it got a little bit of help from Falling Stars to finish off the one ranged unit back there. So we go ahead and take that win, and we get to see Apocalypse after seeing them just a minute ago. And APOC looks like they were going to be trees spilled. Yeah, pretty easy because I already have 2 Echo Woods, a burning beard, and Ashwood. Robinwood doesn't hurt that either. So against that tree board, we don't really want the Doom Breath, but we might want this Medusa. So we go ahead and grab that Medusa, slide that on in, and we'll take a little bit of extra health. See if we can get set up here. Also, it still keeps growing the Spellweaver, which in turn grows the Shoulder Fairies. And here, okay, we mix. The Lancelot wasn't really getting there, so we went ahead and mix-a-wizzled. Whatever. We permanently upgraded the Lance into a Oni Tyrant, so that should provide a pretty good chunk of stats here. And we actually get pretty lucky to get this double attack there. And we are able to go ahead and clean up that round. And we get a ghost fight. So it looks like we're going to have to scam our way out of the situation. We are going to take the 4 glory. Should be a pretty easy win against the ghost. You know, knock on wood. Because you never really know with the ghosts how nice they're going to be to you. And kind of looked at this Grumblegore for a little bit. Or sorry, Groomhilda, whatever her name is. But it was just not quite what we needed at the moment. So went ahead and got in here and actually had to get a little bit lucky to get the tie, not the win. A little unfortunate, but better than the loss that we probably deserved. So a little bit scary now. We're facing the Horde Dragon that had a Holy Grail turn. And so here it looks like it is looking like we're going to need to scam. So we'll go ahead and get a Cupid in there. And here they have Mimic, Merlin's, whatever. Whenever their mages die, they cast a spell, 2 spells because of the Mimic, and they have Mirror. So they are casting just infinite spells, basically. Kind of fortunate that their Mirror sometimes is summoning a bunch of these stupid statues that allow our Oni Tyrant to just pump up the jams, get some extra stats. So we're actually able to win this fight, but it's definitely a little scary in the future. So now that we went ahead and grabbed this pumpkin along the way, I kind of neglected that, but it's definitely quite relevant. Now that we have the pumpkin, I'm looking at the Broomhilda as more interested anyway. I decided against it, and we're definitely okay. So we're going evil. So we don't. Let's see what the true face of this Robinwood is. Okay, pretty happy with that, and we got a lot of gold to burn and not much time. We are going to go ahead and fog. That should hit their Robinwood and get some extra scam with the second pumpkin, hopefully. And they Piggo us, but we got Medusas, we got Oni Tyrants, we got the pumpkin turned into a Siren, And we are actually just fine right now. You get to summon the full board and then kill our opponent. But now we gotta face the all that right there. Looking at that, all that is it's a little scary, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But so I was looking at, there's a Broomhilda there, but there, unfortunately, 2 of their 3 ranged units are over 25 health, so that's not going to do. Doom Breath isn't going to do too much for us. We do want to go ahead and grab that, just so it in that slot we can summon something good. Actually, I think that might have been a mistake in retrospect. I think maybe the Cupid would have just been a lot stronger. So we're rolling here. Gonna have to scam our opponent pretty good. Looking to maybe, triple the spell book, maybe get that in there. But I feel like we still have a chance. It's not a good chance, but that was a pretty good hit to lead us off right there. And okay, I guess we got a Cupid anyway. Never mind. And of course, despite all our attempts, otherwise, we end up having to take the get the old apple tree attack. But we're in there. We're scrapping. We're fighting. Okay, we got some random units here. Got a couple monsters, a couple Medusas in here. That's nice. Always good to get some extra Medusan. And it's looking like we're kind of actually going to win this fight, except they attack. They make the good attacks. So had a chance, didn't get there, but we'll try again. And I already decided that Cupid wasn't good. I think Cupid would have been all right. Maybe would have been better than the Broomhilda. Just 'cause, like, the extra attack up there. I was just thinking like a level 5, somebody in a level 5 character is better than level 6, which it might be. Okay, we got that, and I just ran out of time. I should have cast that Pigo and given ourselves a real chance. Unfortunately, our opponent has gotten there's our Sign of the Storm, and more mages have scaled things up, and we are pretty badly outgunned here. We make a shot, but they get a couple Pigomorphs in there, and not to be. And that is the end of that. But I think it was still a good game. Sometimes, Horde Dragon hits it pretty hard. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Until next time, may all your shops be gorgeous and all your hits be surgical. Bye.